What is going on, everyone, and welcome back to another episode. Today's video is going to be all about getting you guys caught up on everything that I am doing to get ready for this year's hunting season on public land and all of the changes I'm making before coming into it. So come along, stay tuned, hit that like button. I hope you guys enjoy. We have made a big switch this year, guys, and I am making a switch into saddle hunting. I have gone with Latitude and I have made the big switch. I purchased the Method 2, 2 dump pouches, 4 carbon sticks, 1 aider. I got it right here. So these are the carbon speed sticks. These have been amazing. I've already done like 2 or 3 practice climbs with them. I'm loving the saddle so far. The big reason I switched over into the saddle this year was weight, right guys? So I do a lot of public land self-filming. That's my jam. And what comes with that is heavy packs. So it's one thing to carry a climber into the woods if you're a non-filmer or something like that. And don't get me wrong, that can still be heavy. Don't get me wrong, I know it is heavy because my transition here is I started on a bucket on the ground, then I went to a climber, then I went to a lone wolf hang on, and now here we are. We are going with Latitude. We are making the plunge into saddle hunting, and I am so excited for it. I wanted to just talk to you guys real quick about a couple of things that relate to saddle hunting and what I really found out when it comes to the weight that I'm gonna be saving here. So I've got this little Google Docs thing right here. I just want to read to you guys some numbers real quick. Okay, so bear with me for a moment. Saddle setup. Saddle and accessories, 3.8 pounds. Platform, 3.8 pounds. I got the profile here before they came out with the XL. And honestly, I wouldn't want the XL because to me that kind of defeats the purpose of why I did switch over to saddle hunting, and that was minimalism and things that are lightweight. So every little half pound, quarter pound, things like that that I can save here and there, I'm gonna do it. So platform, 3.8 pounds, saddle and accessories, 3.8 pounds, climbing sticks for 4 of them with the aiders on, 5.2 pounds. So if I was someone that was going out and I didn't film, we're looking at 12.8 pounds minus a backpack with, you know, your drinks and snacks, right? And that's gonna vary from person to person. 12.8 pounds, guys. Ready? All right, so we're gonna go to what the hang-on weighed. My harness and carabiners weighed 3.4 pounds. My platform weighed 12 pounds, and that was the Lone Wolf Assault 2. My climbing sticks for 4 of them, this is the biggest one to me, 10.6 pounds. That's insane. So between the platform, the harness, and the 4 climbing sticks, we're at 26 pounds versus 12.8 pounds. Exactly half the weight when I switched to the saddle. Now, here's where it kind of changes for someone like me that hunts public land and hunts self-film solo type hunts. You guys are going to see exactly the weight that I carry around in my backpack that I really can't get around until I take the plunge again and purchase some lighter camera filming equipment. So here we go. Backpack itself, that's this backpack right here. Honestly, I don't know the brand of it. I actually inherited this from my late best friend after he passed away. His mom wanted me to have all of his hunting gear, so I got this backpack. It's a fantastic backpack. I wish I didn't have it for obvious reasons, but I do. It's a great backpack. Alps Outdoors, that's all I know about it. The backpack weighs 7 pounds, and the camera arm, mount, and arm itself is 8.6 pounds. That's huge. I run a Muddy Pro camera arm right here. I mean, this stuff is heavy, guys. There's no getting around it, but this is what I have for filming, right? Okay, so going past that, the camera, which you guys are looking at through there, the arm and the mount is 8.6 pounds. 3 GoPros, which 2 are on clamps with an external battery. Here's one of them. This one is a GoPro Hero 6. Last year I ran 3 GoPros. This year I'm dropping it to 2. I'm not gonna wear a head camera this year, I don't think. This one I like to put far away from me, and I'll flash over some footage real quick showing you guys some footage I captured using this perspective last year. I don't see too many people doing it, and it was really cool to see. Now granted, it hasn't been tested on like a mature deer yet, but I've had multiple deer come walking past this camera I put it out about 15-20 yards away from me, and it's got this remote here, and I wear the remote on a belt loop on my hip. This is the other one. This is a GoPro Hero 12 with an external battery on it as well. This one is kind of the bird's eye view, the bailout shot. It's the one that I want recording nearly all day long, and at the end of the day I just delete whatever wasn't relevant or didn't have much going on. We got that GoPro here. Other miscellaneous stuff. With that, I would call that the lens, the camera bag, an external charger, things like that. That comes out to be 3.8 pounds. So the total weight of the backpack with everything in it, outside of the saddle and those setups, just the filming, the drinks, the water bottle, the backpack itself, that comes out to be 24.2 pounds. So if you take the total hang-on weight with Joe's backpack last year, I was weighing 50.2 pounds every day. 50.2 pounds, and my average walk was anywhere from quarter mile upwards of over a mile to a mile and a half was my deepest hunt last year. This year, using the same backpack with the saddle and the same filming equipment, we're looking at 37 pounds. And to give you guys a quick comparison, last year's setup versus this year's setup, 50.2 versus 37, that's 13.2 pounds less than last year, 26.3% lighter. So that is huge. That is the big reason that I decided to make the switch over to the saddle. Aside from that, what I've immediately learned being in the saddle is I feel tighter to the tree, I feel more secure. I love having the tree itself in front of me. I think that is just a no-brainer as soon as you do it. I've been practicing. Tomorrow morning I actually might get up in a tree. We're going to check the cameras tomorrow morning, and I'm gonna be getting up in a tree potentially to glass over an area that I'm thinking of hunting on my first solo 5-day trip I got coming up in October. We're gonna get out on October 2nd just for an afternoon at a local piece just to see if we can see some deer, honestly, and have our first hunt with a bow in our hand and the saddle. Then I have 5 solo days in the middle of October, going from October 14th to the 19th. That is 5 nights stay by myself. Coming up after that, November 7th through the 14th, that's our rut hunt. I'm going with my father-in-law and my brother-in-law, just like we always do, and we're timing it this year with the second week of November. Also, I want to let you guys know that I held on to the November footage since last year. I finished the videos. They've been ready for months. I'm releasing them in the very beginning of October or late September. I haven't decided yet. It's gonna be 2 parts on how last year's hunting went, and I think you guys are gonna really enjoy it. Also, the elephant in the room, for anybody that's been watching my channel for a while, you know that 2 years ago, back in 2023, I came out with a video called I Finally Got My First Big Buck on Public Land, or something of that nature. That video has now almost got 21,000 views, and it showcases myself and my buddy and my brother-in-law tracking a buck that I had shot at about 26 yards, quarter to on, I think it was November 6th. I'm gonna flash up the date of the actual day there. I might be off by a few. But long story short, in the video, we were unable to recover this buck. We tracked for hours, hundreds of yards, miles. I personally tracked 6 miles. My buddy tracked another 5 miles, and my brother-in-law tracked 4 miles. I was still looking for, I'm sorry, my cat Peanut's here just jumping around on chairs. You can hear her jingling. The next day, I also went out there again, and I tracked another 4 miles, and I was unable to recover and find this buck. We lost blood after about 300 yards. Well, lo and behold, one of my buddies, his name is Jim, he was out there in January, and there it is, guys. That's my buck from 2023. It was a 9-point, and I measured it. It ended up going 115 inches. My first ever big buck on public land. I did a DIY Euro mount on it that I just finished up not too long ago. I had held on to the dead head for a real long time. That's why you guys see this salvage tag on there. It just didn't feel right to put my tag on it when my buddy Jim had already registered it as a salvage. He found it only about 150 yards from where we had lost last blood. Reviewing the footage, going back in my brain, I know this was the deer, and it is so good to finally have it. It's upsetting that I wasn't able to, get the meat from it, because at the end of the day, that's the main reason we do this, is to get those back straps and to do those roasts and things like that, and share it with people and give sausages, and just, that's what we really ultimately do it for, aside from this great adventure. So happy to have it. That's my biggest buck ever, 115-inch 9-point with a split brow. So that is pretty much gonna do it today, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Obviously, we carry around a lot of stuff when we do this whole self-filming thing. It is not the easiest thing in the world, but it is incredibly gratifying to have when it all comes together and you can actually pull something off like what I got on the wall behind me. I know that's not necessarily a huge deer by any means, or even a big buck to a lot of people, but the fact that we were able to recover it, and I had my buddy Jim just happen to hit me up letting me know that he thought he had found my buck. If you're in these comments, Jim, let yourself be known so people can give you a thumbs up or whatever, but my gosh, man, I wouldn't have it. I mean, maybe I would have found it when I came out there in March. You found it, so thank you for that. I appreciate it. We're getting ready to get out this year. It's getting exciting. We're going out in the morning to put cameras out. I got 2 more cameras. One of them's a cell camera. We've had some good deer showing up on the cameras. That's the part that I'm not going to share with you folks, as much as I like you guys. Public land, if it was private, it might be a little different story. We could tell the stories of these deer that we're seeing and things like that. I know for a fact a lot of the people that watch my videos hunt the same properties that I do, so we're gonna go ahead and keep the pictures quiet. Just know that I've got some good ones. I've got one that is a good one showing up quite frequently, and we're hoping he sticks around come these trips. So with that being said, thanks for watching, guys. Hit that like button. Get excited for season. We are closing in. It is so close now, and I am just itching at the bit. Appreciate you guys. Have a good one. Talk to you guys soon. Peace.